Hello, friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. I am Cooper the Red, and this is Sultai Poison. So, you might have seen this deck making the run through leagues. If you've been checking out Pauper content on YouTube, a couple of content creators have been featuring Sultai Poison lists, including Kali Kaz, aka Satan Raken. Very talented Pauper player, one that I'm always wary of whenever their name pops up on the opposing side. I know I'm going to be in for a difficult matchup. So this is a list that was found on MtG Goldfish. Did very well in a recent challenge, and I really like the I guess you could call it the cleanness or the simplicity of this list. There's a lot of four ofs, and it really focuses on what this deck is trying to do, the machinery of the deck, if you will. So, first off, if we're going to look at the cards necessary for us to win, we need to start by giving the opponent a poison counter. So we have 4 Infectious Inquiry, and we have 4 Prologue to Phyresis. So these are going to draw us cards, get us additional resources, which is going to be a theme in the deck, a lot of card draw. And they're also going to give the opponent a poison counter, which we will then start to proliferate. So we've got several proliferate spells. We have Thirsting Roots. I guess we definitely could select the first mode on Thirsting Roots, but I don't think I've seen that done yet. Mostly we're going to be using this as a 1 mana proliferate spell. Then we've got Contentious Plan, 2 mana to proliferate and draw a card. Then we have one of our better proliferate cards here, an Experimental Augury. 2 mana, this is an instant, and we get to select cards. Out of the top 3, we can take 1, put the rest on the bottom of the library, and then we proliferate. And then finally, we have the big one, the big sorcery, Vivisurgeon's Insight, 5 mana to draw 3 cards and proliferate. So we have a ton of ways to be restocking our hand and proliferating the poison counters, and that's not all. That's not the only thing we're going to proliferate. We're going to be proliferating on our lands. We have 3 sets of the depletion lands. Normally, these lands will disappear after tapping them twice, but thanks to proliferate, we can continue to tap them turn after turn after turn for huge amounts of mana. We also have Everflowing Chalice. Generally, we'll be casting this for 2 mana, and then we'll be able to proliferate the counters on the chalice so it can create more and more mana. It won't just be tapping for 1, it could be tapping for 2, 3, 4, even more than that. And then we have a really, really important card in the list, Pentad Prism. This one is absolutely clutch. We're going to be able to cast it for 2 mana, hopefully with 2 different colors, so we can get 2 counters on it. We can remove a counter to get mana, and then again with Proliferate, we're going to be putting more counters onto the Pentad Prism, which is going to make some of our spells cost sort of like costing less mana, right? Like basically Thirsting Roots is free if we have a Pentad Prism with 2 tokens on it. And then if we have Everflowing Chalice untapped, well, it's starting to actually make mana is Thirsting Roots. Same with, Experimental Augury and Contentious Plan. These things will actually start to make mana if we have Pentad Prisms and Everflowing Chalices on the board. So we've got a couple other cards that aren't proliferating things or poisoning the opponent or making mana. We've got 4 copies of Deep Analysis. This is going to be another one of our really important draw spells. We're going to be able to draw 4 cards for 6 mana with this, and we make a ton of mana, so this is a great way for us to be using some of our colorless mana from Everflowing Chalice. We have 1 copy of Serrated Arrows in the main and 2 more on the side. Serrated Arrows is absolutely insane with Proliferate. You're able to start distributing counters onto different creatures and then proliferate both the counters on Serrated Arrows to give you more charges and the -1/-1 counters on various creatures. So Serrated Arrows seems like just the perfect spell for this list as far as removal goes. We also have 4 copies of Weather the Storm. We don't have any creatures in the main. We don't have any removal besides serrated arrows. So if we're facing off against a deck that does any kind of damage, we're going to want this Weather the Storm to buy us some extra turns. We can cast a Weather the Storm for 20 life or more. So this should be able to hopefully buy us a couple of turns to be able to finish off the opponent. If it's not enough, out of the sideboard, we do have 3 copies of Moment's Peace, basically a Pauper Time Walk. Very, very strong card. If the opponent is only able to kill through combat, then this single card can buy us 2 full turns. We also have Anoint with Affliction. This is going to be our removal spell of choice, and that's going to allow us to either exile a small creature early, or later in the game we can exile basically anything with this. And then we also have Bring the Ending, which is similar to Anoint with Affliction. Bring the Ending is going to be a counter spell that we can use early with a mana leak style effect. And if we use it later when the opponent has 3 or more poison counters, well, then it's going to be a counter spell. And then finally, we have a couple of Hydroblasts for those red matchups, where we're going to be able to use this spell just as a 1 mana counter spell to be able to get rid of some of the worst threats, being able to kill a Monastery Swiftspear, whether it's on the stack or on the battlefield. This thing's pretty flexible that way. All right, let's get into the magic. So we've got 2 lands, but one of them, we've got Peat Bog and Snow-Covered Swamp. I guess we could go for Infectious Inquiry early, but like feels kind of risky. Probably should have mulliganed this, looking for 2 colors. Oh my. Well, that definitely threw me for a loop. A name like Griffin Lavamancer, I would have figured you'd be on a burn deck, but no. Here's an Expedition map with an Urza's Tower. We're up against an Urza deck. Come on, give me a land. That is a land. Okay. So with that, we can get started. Another Pentad Prism. Wahoo. So let's see here. We could use the Peat Bog, use 1 mana from Prism, put down a Pentad Prism, and then use the other mana from Peat Bog and 1 counter from Pentad Prism, and play Augury. That's basically a free spell. We get our 2 counters back on Pentad Prism. I think it might be better to just wait 1 more turn. And then we can keep our Peat Bog. They can't play a Crusher this turn. Yeah, and we don't know which style of Tron this is, but it looks like they are focusing on creatures. Hey, Shauna. Turns out Moscow is all out of peat bogs and woodlots. Brutal. All right, so what do we want here? We could get another land. That seems like a good deal. Prologue to Pharesis is one of our weaker spells at this point, now that we already have a poison counter on the opponent. Speaking of which, let's multiply that. Give them double the poison counters here. Let's play Everflowing Chalice. Contentious Plan. This is making mana at this point. Find a Prologue, which does not proliferate. So let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. We could go Deep Analysis, which again doesn't proliferate but does draw us a ton of cards. And then we could Vivisurgence Insight next turn. We are low on blue mana, so if we go Deep Analysis here, we're not going to have the blue mana for Vivisurgence Insight necessarily. I was lucky that I already had copies of Peat Bog from other Pauper decks that I've played previously, so I only had to buy the Hickory Woodlots and the Scaries. Fortunately, those had dropped in price recently, so I was able to pick them up. So Kraken for 4. Plays a Crystal Grotto. Has 7 mana floating currently, so this could be a Crusher. Yeah, it's a Crusher. Find Augury, so that's pretty good. Start with that. I think we grab Thirsting Roots here. Cast Thirsting Roots. Proliferate. Resurgence Insight. Let's draw 3 more cards. Hey, what's up? Yeah, that's right. Getting there. Oh man, just land draws here on the top. Wow, all lands on top. Wow. Okay. Oh, we have a land drop here. Nice, we did it. Let's go. Let's just win. We can take out the serrated arrows. I think we can take out Weather the Storm. And then maybe just bring in Anoint with Affliction and bring the end. Thinking Fog. What I'm worried about, like, Fog is definitely excellent. What I'm worried about is Ulamog's Crusher. Well, I mean, Crusher triggers when it attacks, right? So Moment's Peace doesn't really do much for that. That is the other question, right? No, no, it's when it attacks. It's before blockers. Now, again, this is my first time playing the deck, so I'm trying to figure this out as we go. But so far, it is a lot of fun. Oh yeah, this looks good. We can play Scary into Swamp Prism, and then we can, I guess we can Augury. I kind of would like to Inquiry. So we could go Swamp Island into Prism. Oh, that takes too long. Opponent's on a deep mulligan here. Mulligan to 4. But we all know how that works with Tron. Okay, Prologue to Phyrexis. That's cool. Okay, let's get that poison started. And then next turn, we can use the 2 lands to cast Experimental Augury. And then we can Infectious Inquiry to redraw. They have 7 mana here. Just Nat turn 3 Tron on a mull into Oblivion, no problem. What do we grab here? Thinking probably the Contentious Plan. Some more mana wouldn't be the worst. Yeah, we have 2 Vivisurgent's Insight. Let's get mana. That is a lot of mana on the opponent's side. Oh, Maelstrom Colossus into a self-assembler. So we don't exactly have a lot of time left. Should have 2 turns, I think. Hopefully that'll be enough. I like the thirsting roots here. I think we wait a turn with thirsting roots. It's going to be better when we get the ever-flowing chalice down. But I'm thinking we're just not going to have enough time at this point, unless we can find a moment's peace. Tap all their mana. There's another self-assembler. Into a self-assembler. Got so much creature damage on board. We are so dead to combat. Ooh, and the relic. Grab a Pentad Prism. Oh, any order. I was already on the proliferate part. Pentad Prism. Go for green, Thirsting Roots. Making mana. Hold on a second. Can I do the Vivisurgeon's Insight without tapping the Chalice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These things each have one counter left, and then Everflowing Chalice is 4 mana. Then I can go Inquiry, Inquiry. So if we find something with Proliferate off Vivisurgeon's Insight, maybe we can win. Kenny, hello. Okay. I think that's lethal. How about that, chat? How about that? This deck is awesome. Tron Killer. I guess it's okay. I could go Scary into Woodlot and Proliferate. And then Deep Analysis. Not a huge fan. Okay, so MtG bot says they might be on Bogles. Colony Garden could be Bogles, could also be Black Garden. Another contentious plan. Let's play the Scary. Guildsworn Prowler. Okay, so we're definitely facing off against Black Garden. Are they going to send a message with the plant token? Nope, no message to send. Find another contentious plan. So let's play a Woodlot. Contentious plan. Keep our lands healthy here. Draw a card. Find Augury. We should have an advantage in this matchup, depending on their sideboard. But I think in game one, we should be favored. I guess it also depends on how fast they can get the the initiative, but it looks like it's going to be turn 5 before they can put it down. We're just going to have to practice patience for a moment here. Okay. Prologue to Phyresis. Excellent. Now we can start poisoning. Tap both of these. Start with Prologue. Keep a blue mana floating. Find an ever-flowing chalice. Okay. I think we still have to play Contentious Plan or Augury here. If we spend this mana on a chalice, then our only source of blue mana is not working so well anymore. So yeah, let's go for an Augury. Not the best. The island is not too bad, actually. Let's take the island. We don't have any black mana available, actually, now that I think about it. I think we have to take the swamp or the peat bog. Oh, the duress. Main deck duress. Brutal. What do you think they take, chat? I'm guessing they take the chalice here. Could take contentious plan. I'm betting they take the chalice, though. Oh, they do take one of the plans. Okay. And here's another Guildsworn Prowler, and it looks like no land drop again, so they're still pretty far away from the initiative. They're giving us a lot of time. Speaking of giving us a lot of time, they're also stalling on our upkeep. Okay. Oh, we find another island. Very nice. Let's play the Peat Bog. Let's play an Everflowing Chalice. And then we'll Contentious Plan. Click on everything. Find Infectious Inquiry. I think we probably just go for Deep Analysis at this point. Draw 2 more cards, pass the turn. Experimental Augury, good draw. Infectious Inquiry can get us some more cards too. Okay, Deadly Dispute. So they're going to have enough mana for their... Oh no, the Bajuka Ball gets rid of our Deep Analysis. Lame. Another Prowler. So yeah, they should be able to get the initiative next turn. Thinking this late in the game, I don't care too much about further depletion lands. I want mana now. I'm probably going to play this island. In which case we can wait. We don't have to play a land before we play the augury. Ooh. Guild Pact has got to take off that upkeep stop. God damn. Okay, let's start with augury. We find another augury. Perfect. Take contentious plan. Here's Thirsting Roots. Let's tap this. Infectious Inquiry. Find Thirsting Roots. Let's play this island. Contentious plan. Draw another card. Find another chalice. Cast with multi-kicker using the colorless mana. Thirsting Roots. Oh shit. No, I actually wanted to weather the storm here as well. I didn't watch my mana. Oh well. Ran out of green mana. And we have them at 9 infects, but we are officially out of gas. We have all the mana, but we are playing off the top of the deck. Guess I could have went for deep analysis instead of the contentious plan at one point. Okay, if they're playing Blood Fountain, then I guess they aren't taking the initiative this turn. Discarding a Snuff Out. And we go down to 10. A lot of outs here, a lot of ways to win the game. Oh, the anticipation, it's killing me. Are we going to draw it? What's it going to be? What's the draw step? Vivisurgeon's Insight, let's go. Okay, so we're playing against an initiative deck. I think this deck would be pretty fun in paper. You get to play with a whole bunch of dice, so you get to like move your dice around a lot. Which two cards are hidden? What cards do you mean? Can't see the full sideboard? Really? Did I come in here without a full sideboard? I think I'm missing two Hydroblasts. What a joke. I just copied the list, so there must have been some sort of issue with MtG Goldfish or something. That's hilarious. Okay, well, next league we're definitely going to be playing with 15 card sideboard, as long as y'all remind me. What a dope. This one's pretty close. Just needed another land. This one's great. Love this hand. Brutal. That is such a good duress. You get to take our Pentad Prism. That was like the reason to keep the hand. Ouch. Pinky, hello. Yeah, they are just ripping our hand to pieces. You gonna wrench mine next? How about a him to Turak? Oh, nice draw. Nice draw. Now we got the Thoughtseize bug. It's like the Thoughtseize bug is the distress bug. We're able to peel the card they just took from us off the top of the deck. That's why we play 4. They're going to Deadly Dispute. For a second there, just for a moment, I was like, double black mana? Is this Dash Hopes? Because I'm paying 5. I was definitely considering drawing the card stream team. Um, my issue was that that would leave the Pentad Prism at one, the Peatbog at one, and then we're, like, we don't have a lot of mana left to proliferate things with at that point. Of course, the Declaimer makes me feel like a fool. Now we're pretty much toast now. That was a lot of hand disruption. Can't even cast this Chalice without losing the Peatbog. I guess we could play the Chalice and then play the Deep Analysis, hope for a land on top. Exactly, Kenny. They take the initiative, attack with their big critter. How about a land? Well, that's a start. One, two, three, four. Have they played a land yet? Okay, so they could still play Avenging Hunter right here. They don't. Instead, they play Declaimer. I mean, I was thinking about countering the Avenging Hunter, but yeah, we've got counter spells in for Duress. Yep, played the land too early. Yep, that would be correct, Stream Team. I get it. Yeah, I'm going to try and set up a weather for next turn. Because it looks like we're surviving combat here. So we'll try and go for a big weather on this turn coming up. Oh, we're dead. Well played. We'll concede before they see the contents of our hand. And head into game 3. One land hand. We're going to mulligan this. Another one land hand. Brutal. This one's not that great either. At least we have 2 lands, but they're the same color, so the Pentad Prism doesn't work very well. Ooh, I love the Peatbog here. I wondered, like, do we even go for the Contentious Plan this turn? Wouldn't it just be better to play the Contentious Plan next turn when we have the Pentad Prism? And the Scary down? Question is, like, are we even going to have these cards next turn? Okay, we get to keep them. Find another land. Okay. We're out of things to do for now. Fortunately, the opponent isn't doing too much at the moment either. And we find another Pentad Prism. Cool. Got a Thirsting Roots. Flashback Deep Analysis. Okay, find another Pentad Prism. Can't cast the Vivisurgent's Insight, though. Could also Weather the Storm here. Why play Roots before the opponent has poison? Why play any of our proliferate spells to keep our mana healthy? But this is my first league with the deck, so I wouldn't have as much to say about that as some other people would. Okay, so they're setting up for initiative next turn. Here's a Guildsworn Prowler. Looks like we're going to get our turn here. Oh, that's amazing. We get our turn. Let's go. Figured for sure they had a duress to take away our insight. Do I want to play the Woodlot or just want more mana this turn? I think we play the Woodlot, but we can play the Infectious Inquiry first, regardless. Okay, now these are actually making mana for us. Find a Thirsting Roots. Okay, let's Augury. Do we want the Chalice here? Just Infectious Inquiry again, draw more cards. We have so much mana. Okay, find another Augury. I guess Thirsting Roots? Or do we get another Pentad Prism? Thirsting Roots. Let's make some more mana before we do the deep analysis here. Find Everflowing Chalice. All right, it's Thirsting Roots. Click on everything. Deep analysis. Draw 2 more cards. And don't find anything. I guess we'll weather for 1,000,000 here. Gain 30 life. Make that 33. They're going to duress. Sure. And they'll swing in. We are way behind on clock, so obviously we're going to have to find a way to kill to win this game. But yeah, their discard was a little bit late there. Reckoner's Bargain. They go up to 7 cards in hand. gain no life, but their life total doesn't matter in this matchup. It's all about poison. And we pause on our upkeep again. Oh, not for very long, though. Ooh, just draw a land. Brutal. I guess we can multi-kicker the Chalice for a bunch. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So multi-kicker for 5. Here comes the initiative. We still have that counter spell. I would definitely have used it there. So this is going to actually close out the game pretty quickly. We're going to need to find some gas on top of the deck. Oh, and they find a Glamour, getting rid of our big mana artifact. So what? Not a big deal, actually. We have so much mana already. Each one of our lands is worth 2 mana. Mana is not the issue here. The issue is finding spells. Brutal. Yeah, we're taking big damage here. They're going to attack for 9. Ooh. And another Avenging Hunter. So that knocks the damage up a notch for sure. Now we're taking the trap. And then next turn, like this is swinging in as well. So that's 10, 14 damage on the next turn, along with the 9 damage this turn. We don't find some draw spells, we're dead. Okay, well, it is a draw spell. Find Weather the Storm, thanks, deck. That's exactly what we were looking for. Thank you. All the damage here. This is our last turn. Unless they play a bunch of spells for weather. Oof. Straight to the throne room. Get a Guildsworn Prowler. So that's only one spell. Might as well save weather for our turn. It's not actually going to do anything. Getting 6 life here doesn't mean anything. All right, let's get some good cards on the top. Come on, let's go. Good cards, good cards. Fuck you, deck. A lot of blue here. Not the best. That's probably a mulligan, actually, this hand. But, that's one of the things about starting off with a new deck. Don't know all the things yet. And yeah, that was definitely should not have played the land there. Prologue to Phryresis, if I was going to play that anyways, I might have drawn a depletion land there. So I was thinking about next turn when I'm going to be playing the contentious plan to put the counter back on this. Need to be paying a little bit more attention to what I was doing. Oh, cool! This is the Breathless Night Gates. That's pretty cool. All right, let's start with a contentious plan. Let's proliferate on the informant. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana total here. I try not to let that bother me, but these things do get under your skin. Well, we're humming along as far as the infect goes. Opponent has 4 poison counters, almost halfway there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more in our hand if we can deploy them. How much time we have left, that I'm not so sure on. Because they just unearth their knight. Fortunately, it doesn't have haste. Yeah, Rafine's Informant is really sweet with Breathless Knight. That's a cool combo. No black mana yet for Inquiry, actually. Deep analysis. Draw some cards since we don't have the black mana for Inquiry. And again, we miss on lands. Oh, that's right. That's something I forget we can do. One, two, three. Get them to 8. How much time do we have left? 6, 7. We don't have any time left. Oh, I thought we had another contentious plan. Shit. One, two, three, four, 5 is Vivisurgeon's Insight. That's not going to work. I think we have to go for a deep analysis. Maybe try and find weather. We're hosed. Let's bring in Moments Piece here. Yeah, probably. That's what I saw Calicaz doing when I was watching him do sideboarding, so figured doing what he does can't be the worst. They are definitely important, though. You're right about that. Okay, they just got a Sacred Cat. So if we start with Pro League to Phyresis with Hickory Woodlot, then we can go Thirsting Roots, increase the counters on Chalice. Long way from playing Vivisurgeon's Insight, though. Okay, they attack in with the Informant. We take 3. Is it just a Sacred Cat go? A recommission on Sacred Cat. Okay. Not the best, not the worst. Another Insight, but we just don't have the mana available to be able to cast it. We could Thirsting Roots for an island, and then we could cast it. All right, I already played my land. Duh. We're only leaving one. How much mana are we leaving over here? Right, because we already have a green floating. So I don't have to tap the Peat Bog. Or I could leave the Everflowing Chalice on top. We can't do anything with colorless mana. Okay, we got our mana. A little bit light on blue mana, though, especially considering all the blue we have in hand here. Cathar Commando, which can kill our Chalice, taking away a bunch of mana. And they unearth the commando again. Ouch. So they have 6, 7, 8 coming in. If they play gate, that's 8, 9, 10, 11. So it doesn't look like we're quite dead yet unless we flash back the deep analysis. And we can't find any of our sideboard cards. Hopefully we have one more turn. But this is definitely the coolest. Geez, what was that Orzhov creature called? One of the cooler Orzhov reanimators that I've ever seen. Yeah, getting rid of all our chalices. That Cathar Commando with Unearth has just been gasoline. And we're really stuck on blue mana now. We have to find either a Moment's Peace or Weather the Storm. The Prism, you mean? Prism would be nice. Prism would be very nice. Hey, we found Moment's Peace. We take no damage. They play an Inspiring Overseer. If we can't win here, we're going to want to keep 3 mana open to flashback Moment's Peace. But I think we might be able to win here. We need 4 counters. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's start with Augury. So we have enough mana for the Contentious Plan, because that's lethal. So we have 1, 2, 3 blue mana left. So I think, yeah, I think we have enough. Whew. Clinched it, thanks to Moment's Peace. Definitely going to have to mulligan this one. We only have one color of mana, which is unfortunate. Gonna get rid of the moments piece and hope we can find another one when we need it. Because we don't need one early game. Basilisk Gate, Scrapwork Mutt. Oh, that is really cool. Find another scary. Oh, lots of blue mana. Okay. So neither of us are firing on all cylinders here. Find another scary. But the contentious plan is actually pretty nice. It's going to allow us to reset our scaries and make this ever-flowing chalice into something nice. And we find a peat bog, so finally another color of mana. Not green, but it lets us get the Pentad Prism going, which gives us green. So that's great. I think I should have actually done the deep analysis as well there. So they find Heap Gate, which gives them colored mana into a Refine's Informant. So they're going to start. There it is, Breathless Night. That's the namesake of the deck. So they're going to start threatening us now. Oh yeah, I guess, huh? Can I still do that? So it's blue, Pentad Prism for 1, then I have 4 mana left. So they're going to recommission the informant, which connives a sacred cat into the yard. Attack for 5, putting us to 9. And they have lethal on board. We get an augury. All right, so let's start with Pentad Prism. Then we'll go, we already got black mana here. So go for Infectious Inquiry, give them a poison counter, finally. Go for Experimental Augury, take the Pentad Prism, proliferate. Play the Pentad Prism. Thirsting Roots, proliferate. Tap this. Vivisurgeon's Insight. Draw 3 more cards. Proliferate. Click everything. Thirsting Roots. Proliferate again. Mana positive. Let's go for Augury. Fine. Grab Thirsting Roots. Thirsting Roots again. Augury again. Take Deep Analysis, I guess. Yeah, this is lethal. Contentious Plan into Prologue. How about that, chat? This deck is cracked. We have 2 lands. We have different colors. We have a way to start infecting them, but we don't have any of our artifacts. Oof. Okay, we're up against red. The true test. Cascade Flame Breather. They're going to start doing some massive damage. Weather the Storm. Perfect draw. We could go Island, Prologue to Pheresis, Thirsting Roots for a Swamp. We could just play the other Hickory Woodlot for a big Weather the Storm next turn. Heck, we could even do a big Weather the Storm right now if we wanted to, depending on, of course, what they show us here. If they did went like land into lava dart, that's something we might want to do. Needle drop. Okay, so that's two spells. Weather the storm is going off for three here. If we wait till our turn, I think we still go off for three. One, two, three. So we got another island. We're really short on blue mana here. So we take two. And yeah, with the Thermal Alchemist, they're probably looking to do big, big damage next turn. We just happen to draw Weather the Storm. Very nice. Do we take the other Weather the Storm, or do we go for the Everflowing Chalice? I don't want that Chalice. We can go double Weather this way. That's got to be better. We're going to yield until the beginning of combat. I don't think they can kill us without attacking. Okay, so they're just doing the one thing. I'll prologue to Phyresis as an instant, so we can do it on their turn to increase the storm count. We'll take the damage from combat here. This is kind of what I was hoping, was that after I cast the Weather, now they're going to go in on big damage. So we'll see how much stuff they're going to do here. So that's 6, 7 damage coming in combat. Now it's significantly more. So let's see here. That's 9, 10 coming in. Here comes a lightning bolt. This is going to be pretty good weather then. They have one card left in hand. Still going to take a significant amount of damage. But gain 21. And then we'll take 13. Oh, nice draw, nice draw. We are going to have to lose a Hickory Woodlot for it, but that's worth it. Chain Lightning. How did I do that thing before? There it is. I think we're actually dead anyway. 6, 7, 8. We go to 1. They have a thing here. Oh, they're trying to Searing Blaze me, and they just Searing Blaze their own creature here to untap the Alchemist and win the game. Very cool. All right, let's bring in Hydroblast. Should have 4 of them. Womp womp. Take out Serrated Arrows and one of the Inquiries. Do we bring in Moment's Peace as well? It kind of feels like a lot of their damage comes from their creatures. Anoint with Affliction? Yeah, I guess. It hits pretty much everything as well. All blue mana. We do have Hydroblast, but we don't have any draw. We don't have... Oh man, I don't like this hand. No green mana this time, but we got Weather the Storm. We got Anoint with Affliction. Keep this one. Get rid of Prologue since we can't cast it. Hey, Thorn of Wrath. Thank you, thank you. I love being back. Was playing a little bit of Chivalry this week and last week. Might end the stream with some more Chivalry today as well. Why not? We could play Swamp and Inquiry here. I don't want to just go Woodlot Pass. Find a contentious plan, but we have no blue mana. Oh my god, Raise. Getting rid of our green source here. That's brutal. All right, I guess we'll replay Woodlot and pass. Until we find some blue mana, we really aren't doing very much here. They have 5 cards in hand and 3 lands, and they're just passing. Okay, there's our blue land. That's what we were looking for. No Raise, please. Cascade Flame Breather, and it looks like a pass back to us. Okay, okay. So we could go with like Vivisurgeon's Insight here. And then maybe play Forest and hold up Weather. Oh shit. For a second there, I thought they were going to go for Pyroblast. But these decks here, I haven't really seen them on Pyroblast recently. All right, so we should be able to get a nice Weather the Storm out of this turn as well. So I can go Forest, Pentad Prism, use the other black mana, Pentad Prism, and then run one of the prisms out. Weather the Storm? I can do a contentious plan first. If I go contentious plan, this goes to 1, then back up to 2. 3 cards in hand. I think I have to Weather here. Three cards in hand, 4 mana, Cascade Flame Breather. I think it's too risky to let them untap. They'd probably just kill us. Definitely sucks to lose a Pentad Prism, though. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Scraggy. Thirsting Roots. This Moment's Peace is looking like a bit of a joke at this point. Just got a playset of Hickory Woodlots. Fantastic. Yeah, yeah, I've been looking forward to playing this deck for a long time. Finally, decided to get to it. Okay, that's pretty good, pretty good. Almost there. Find another Moment's Peace. Unfortunate. All right, let's play the Pete Bog Pass. I'm going to yield to the Kessick Flame Breather right now. I can hit F5 to change that later. And I do not want to redirect this because they can redirect it a whole bunch of times. I'm just giving them free spells if I kill their Flame Breathers like that. Hey, Moment's Peace can prevent 2 damage here. Everflowing Chalice. Moment's Peace, I guess. Prevent 2 damage. Wow, they are flooded. Holy shit. Oh, contentious plan. This could be it. This could be it, chat. Proliferate. What do we draw? What do we draw? Another proliferate spell? No. How about Basic Island? Womp womp womp. How they play another mountain? Monastery Swift Spear. Might as well cast the Moment's Peace from the graveyard here. I mean, they're not getting any combat damage through for a little while. So we've got a couple turns. They only have 1 card in hand, but their spells are empowered. Pentad Prism is not it. Anoint with Affliction, also not it. But we can kill one of these. So that's worthwhile. Ren's Resolve, that's a really good card. They find Lightning Bolt and Reckless Impulse, so they get to Reckless Impulse here. We go to 9. Now remember, we're not taking damage from combat this turn. They get to play another Flame Breather and Lightning Bolt, so that's another 5 damage, puts us to 4. And then they get, I guess they could just Ren's Resolve here. Maybe they find Fire Blast. They find a Raise. Regardless, we have Moment's Peace. So we're not dying this turn, I guess. Last chance. What do we have on top? That's the one we were looking for. Please no Pyro. Is their last card in hand Fire Blast? It is not. Whew. That was a nail biter. Holy shit. Very land heavy. We don't have a lot of draws. We only have 2 of our colors of mana. Yeah, the 3 life from Prism ended up mattering. We would have died. They're starting with Swift Spear. It's a good start from them. That's their best turn 1, obviously. Find an Augury. Very nice. Woof. Double Swift Spear start. Only thing better than that is a triple Swift Spear start. Now, Prologue. I want to play the Prologue here, but I think we have to play the Augury. Oh, yeah, because of roots. Fair enough. Fair enough. Ooh, and they found the mountain. It's going to be so much damage this turn. Going to 8 on turn 3. And already we need Weather the Storm and don't have it. Oh, I guess we're dead. Here's a Rend Resolve. What do we reveal? Mountain Raise. Wow. So they can get rid of our blue mana here, but it looks like they just decide to kill us. GG. Wow. Yeah. Still had all these, huh? Double Island hand. This hand sucks. Double green on this hand. I guess we got Thirsting Roots to get a different colored mana. So we could go Woodlot, and then second turn, Thirsting Roots for an island, Pentad Prism. Oh, that would be interesting, Shauna. Like you say, being able to attack with the creature would be pretty nice to get that infect started. I'm not liking that. This could be land destruction, and then we're just toast. Destroy our Hickory Woodlot, and we are not happy. Yeah, this is bad news, Bears. Yeah, the wild growth led me to believe that it's Ponza. Bogles usually doesn't play wild growth. There's an Avenging Hunter on turn 4. Ponza's good again, chat. It always was. Went 3-1 with Is It Fairies yesterday. Only lost to Affinity. I mean, Affinity seems pretty unwinnable for most decks, to be fair. Did beat Ponza, Bogles, and Mono Blue? Sweet. Ooh, 10 damage. Down to 7. We're going to go for... They're getting a trap card next turn, puts us to 2. So we are very, very dead. Unless... Wow. Just deep analysis, huh? Guess we'll die. I don't think this is enough. No. Needed another spell, at least. So we can bring in Moment's Peace here. This has definitely been one of my faster leagues and one of my more enjoyable ones. Whichever way this goes, definitely have been having a really fun time playing this deck. Okay, it looks like we're going to be keeping our land here, the Hickory Woodlock, for a turn. That's a big deal. Fine Inquiry. But if we want to cast the Inquiry, we have to lose the Pentad Prism, which I'm not into. Let's just play Island Pass. Probably destroy our Woodlot here. No, the Glamour. The Glamour on the Pentad Prism. Oh, brutal. Find another island. We need some black mana for this Infectious Inquiry. Oh, wow, this is so much mana. I would have expected a boarding party here, but it looks like something else. Thermokarst. Gets rid of our green mana now. I'm gonna cast Weather the Storm since I just ran out of green mana and I don't know when I'm gonna get it again. Play this Peat Bog and pass. It was probably the right choice. An Avenging Hunter, I would say. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty tough. beating Ponza is destroying our lands is very, very good. Very good. And with the Declaimers, like their deck is very well positioned to kill ours. Land destruction hurts us a lot, and not only do they get their land destruction, they also get to bring in the cards they have versus affinity, so the Declaimers to get rid of our Pentad Prisms. It's yeah, a very, very difficult matchup. And we're dead. So that's 10. And the trap card, yeah, GG. Brutal.